Hello, Michael. My name is Michelle Tsosie Cisneros. Describe my work now as it's very contemporary Pueblo work. There's some traditionalism in it, but by and large, it's very contemporary. And so in competitions and in shows, it has a hard time finding its place now because we see traditionalism fading away and contemporary sort of in the mainstay and very modern work taking its place.
Well, isn't it normal for art to evolve?
Absolutely, absolutely. I identify myself very much as a Pueblo woman, but I also, at times, I have to remember, you had a very strong influence growing up on the Navajo reservation. And my father and my mother were both very well educated. My dad went to college in Ohio, and he went to Northwestern University, where we lived in Chicago, and I was raised up a little bit in Phoenix. So for me, I was urbanized too at a very young age. I had no clue there were that many tribes in the United States. And, that's purely ignorance. But when I did, and I knew there was a lot of tribes, but over 500, wow. So we are all separate and unique bloodlines and tribes that make us who we are. So Navajo is a bloodline to itself. So I'm pretty much quartered out. My parents are both half, and and they met at the Indian school where a lot of Native people met back in the day. Many, if you look back at old Indian school painters, much of the work is almost Disney Bambi style type of work, and that's where Pueblo painters especially evolved from. Not that they were influenced by Disney or anything, but the sort of the very simplistic way of portraying what they were missing out on at home because they were at the Indian schools. They were taught, especially where my Aunt Pablita went to the Santa Fe Indian School. Dorothy Dunn was instrumental. She was an art teacher there in molding, especially two-dimensional work, artists into what they became later on. And she really just taught them fundamentals. And that's why what I do is called two-dimensional style work, studio style, flat painting. And that's especially what this is. The backs of the one to my right here is my four sisters. And I think what inspired me most about that was I loved painting the backs of women. And I do faces and things like that too. But the backs are intriguing because you never know really what the story is really about. You don't really know quite for sure what they're thinking, what's being said, or even what they're watching. And so many of the women that I paint are from the backs. And there's a certain beauty in it. And I pick up a lot of this stuff because I participate in our ceremonial religious dances up here. And to be a part of that is very, very special. And even just to be in the crowd watching at times when I'm not participating, the level of beauty with our people and the beauty of the traditional costumes and, well, no, dress. I don't like the word costume. And over the years, we see, again, this advancing of how we're dressing. The old traditional ways that Pueblo women, the clothes they wore back even 30 years ago have changed. Now it's like a fashion show almost. And I'm fascinated with it because I love Native American fashion. And it infiltrates itself both ways. I see it being designed in what's happening now in the Native world. And I see it also happening in every time a dance occurs, the beauty of the mantas, the moccasins, the belts, everything that we wear, the shawls. And that's really what inspires these women. I would say that when we paint our spiritual messengers and they are called kachinas, we know what they are, and you're not to ever put them in their true forms because that's disrespectful. So what I always like to do is put them in a way where we know that there's a spirit world way beyond us that many people don't quite understand. But we as Native people, myself as a Navajo person, as a Pueblo person, and especially Laguna, I know exactly what the connection is. And so these two figures at the top are meant to be the messengers. And it really simply means that the Creator is sending down thoughts and prayers to us to be good people, to be kind people, to take care of the Mother Earth, to always remember that she isn't ours, and that everything we take from her is to be given back.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much,
Oh, you're welcome, Mike.
Michelle, for telling us these stories today and showing us your wonderful art. It's really wonderful to have you here on our web show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.